And we are live. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. We're live, we're here, we're doing our thing. We're gonna do some Daytona 24 practice. I've been told that the VRS setup is a little loose on exit. So what we are going to work on is on throttle application. I'm gonna drive it first to see what it feels like before we commit to saying that it's completely broken. I won't be showing you the setup, but I will be telling you what I'm fixing and what I'm failing. So that's kind of what we're gonna do here. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna load a setup. Okay. And I think the setup we're gonna want to run is the R1 full is what I'm assuming what they want to run. Let's see how much fuel we have in this. We'll just check a few things. Everything looks good there. Pretty high power assist. I might drop that. Towing looks okay. Our cameras are at ride heights are at minimum in the front, which makes sense with full fuel. And let me just make sure we have full fuel. Yeah, we have 23 gallons, which I'm pretty sure is full fuel. Yeah, that's full fuel. So TCs are set to 5 and 5, -3 on the brake migration. That's interesting. I don't know that I like that. I think might go positive brake migration, but we'll start with that. So 5, 5, and -3. Okay, let's get in this thing. First thing we'll do is power up. Oh, let's just double check our stuff. Our TC, we want 5 and 5. And our brake migration, we want -3 is what they're running. Which is an interesting approach to this, but that's okay. And then we want our brake bias target to be 0. And then what's our brake balance actually? I gotta reload this setup, make sure I didn't mess up the brake balance. Brake 50. Okay, 50.5. Okay. That's interesting. Alright, we're gonna run a few laps on this. We're gonna feel what the exit feels, what warm-up feels like, what the exit feels like, and go from there. We're gonna run my typical short shifting for the first exit. We may crash here because I'm gonna be pretty aggressive on the outlap. I just want to feel what she feels like on the outlap. So good turn in. Yeah, she's got a lot of on throttle oversteer. The tires are cold though, so on throttle oversteer is expected. I'm babying the throttle on the first lap because tires are cold. We do expect on throttle oversteer. That's kind of a normal thing for this car. We'll see what this feels like now.
Clear.
She's definitely still lively on She's definitely still lively on throttle. She's feeling a little better now that tires are warming up, but she's definitely still lively.
Right. Go left. Car on your left. Clear.
She feels good. She feels decent. Let's see what a good entry into one look feels like now. She feels decent on full fuel, so. Yeah, she feels okay.
Right side. Clear.
That guy cost me almost a whole second, but that's okay. Yeah, outlap she's dangerous, but she kind of levels out pretty quickly after that. So
37.472. For you, we've got our fuel unit number. Car on. Clear. Left side. Left side. Clear on that.
she feels alright, chat. She doesn't feel bad. This setup feels great.
Clear on the right. Left side. Clear. Point eight.
Yeah, chat, she feels great. She feels actually really, really good. I actually really like the setup. You do have to baby her out of 2 and you have to baby her out of 6, but overall she feels really, really good. She feels really, really good, chat. Let's check what turn 6's spring looks like, but... Oh, we destroyed it. Alright, let's look at what that looks like in our telemetry. There you go. Much better. Why is our pedal... Come on. I don't know what's going on with, There we go, our pedal cam's working now. Alright, there we go. Alright, our pedal cam should be working now. Let's look at telemetry here. We want, what are we looking for? We're looking for, not Pi tools, we're looking for Motec. Looking for the MU. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to open up this guy. We want to open up a data set. There you go. This is out of date. I'm gonna close this. I want it to rescan here. Let's see what we can find here. If we get it to rescan, do we get new telemetry laps? Okay, so it's not. So what we want to do here is we want to close this. Open this up again. There we go. We definitely updated some new telemetry there because we have some. So now let's look at our telemetry 2 here and see what we got. Okay. That's the AMG. We don't want the AMG. We want our. There you go. There's our Cadillac GTP. That's what we're looking for. I told this to pause. There you go. You hit the wrong button. Yeah, I don't know why our telemetry isn't loading here. We're gonna quit here out. I almost want to quit out here, but let me close this real quick. Put our MU here. Let's see if, let's just double check something here real quick. I want to make sure there's no more MU here lying around anymore. I don't see it, so I think that's okay. Alright, let's, definitely have some IBIT files here from 114. I wonder if the MU exporter is broken because I have the PyTools exporter. I'm annoyed that it's not updating my data. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab this guy here. We definitely did more than one lap, so I don't know. Let's try this. I want to actually empty my telemetry folder too, because my telemetry folder may be too big. I can't pull out my telemetry, that's a problem. Okay, much better. Okay. Yeah, it's not working. It is not working, and that is not good. We're gonna run another run here. Let me look at. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some settings here. Okay. All right, chat. What we're doing now is we're gonna test this setup it's with a safer manner, to make it a little bit safer and see what she feels like. No other changes to the settings. The only thing we changed was the differential coast angle, so should be fine.
You got a toy car on the right. Car stopped on the right.
Okay, the outlap is still the outlap. The outlap is still the outlap. We're gonna do our thing here. Save first lap, half shifts. Let's be smart about this. Warm up the tires.
Right side. Clear.
Actually, I don't like it. The other one drove way safer, so we're gonna go back to the old setup. We're gonna try something different here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the 6th diff plates, but alright, let's see how this goes, chat. We're trying to make the setup safer for some of our drivers. I personally think the base setup that was available feels really good, but they're complaining about not being able to control the car on throttle. I don't feel that at all. It just drives like a GTP where you have to baby the throttle in some corners. So we'll see. So we made some changes right now to the on throttle diff ramp preload, basically, so that I don't want to affect turn-in because turn-in feels good. I'm just trying to make it so on throttle the car is a little less snappy. So we did a small. Honestly, I really like the VRS setup. Feels great. I'm having an issue exporting my telemetry to check the springs, but the VRS setup feels great. It just drives like a GTP, right? Where you have to like baby it on exit of corners. You can't just stab onto the throttle, right? Like if you just stab onto the throttle like I did there, right? It's just gonna go, right? What I'm trying to do right now is make the car a little bit safer to just like snapping the throttle in. So I took 15 pounds of preload off of the ramp. I tried changing the clutch plates and it was too aggressive. So I'm trying to find something in the middle. The outlap is always dangerous, so. But I did something like 15 or 20 laps and she felt good. My best lap time was a 1:36.3 with traffic, so. We're trying something here to make it safer for everyone, but the outlap is always going to be dangerous. Like, it's just cold tires, right? It's just the nature of cold tires in this car. Yeah. The exit to 6 is definitely managing the bump. I think I can tune that out with some spring work if I can get the damn telemetry to export. But it's honestly not bad. It's pretty close to where you need it to be. Ah, damn it! I lost my wing. I got distracted. Looking at chat. We're not gonna talk about that. I honestly think the VRS setup feels great though. Like I didn't get her super low fuel, but the full fuel VRS setup feels like really well balanced. I'm not a huge fan of the negative. I'm not a huge fan of the negative migration, but it works.
Clear.
All right, let me get a clean like 2 or 3 laps because I want to feel how this. I want to see how this feels like later on to see how much I can stab the throttle. It's kind of weird though, right? Because I'm trying to stab the throttle a little more than I would, just to see how the car reacts to it. And it's, you know, it's doing what it always does, just not as bad, right? Like it's more catchable, but I'm trying to avoid having to do that. And I need to get at least warm tires to really judge the setup, right? But the VRS setup, honestly, once the tires warms up, feels great, and it's drivable on the outlap. Bus stop is fine. I like, honestly, like that bus stop, if I was in the race, I would have just jumped away out. I wouldn't have committed to it. I thought I could commit and make it, but I just messed myself up because I wasn't paying attention. I was like I was looking up a chat before on entry and missed my braking point. All right. Let's see what she feels like on exit of 2. So exit of 2 and exit of 6, you have to breathe the throttle. With the setup, you just have to. You can't just commit to like just stabbing the piss out of the throttle. Like even there, she's still a little loose, but tires are still cold, so I don't want to judge it there. Exit of 3, you really have to just let the counter steer on exit, to be honest with you. Yeah, she was a little squirrely there. Tires are still cold. That's fine.
Clear.
Alright, tires are starting to warm up. Hopefully we can get a good entry into 2, because we didn't get a good entry into 2 last time. But we should be good from here on out. Just to see what she feels like. Yeah, you could definitely stab throttle a little bit more with 15 pounds taken out of the ramp up preload. You still just can't stab it. You still have to like breathe it in, but it allows you to stab it a little bit more. Yeah, like there, I don't have to counter steer as much on exit. You still have to breathe out of 6. You still have to breathe out of 6. I dropped down to I think 60. Personally, I don't think it needs it. I think at 75 it's fine, because I think it gives up a little too much. I think it gives up a little bit too much in order for you to in order for you to like make it safer on exit. You're giving up too much that you can just do with like throttle application. But if people are lacking the confidence, then we might as well just tune it to be a little safer. And then we can just drive a little more aggressive on exit, but GTPs, you've always had to, like, if you're driving them properly, you always have to be kind of gentle with throttle application, especially in like the low speed corners where you don't have high aero. So like it didn't feel like the VRS setup didn't feel crazy loose once the tires warmed up. Yeah, I did about 15 laps in the full field VRS setups, and it felt good. Like, yeah, you still have to like. The best way I can describe the updates to the setup is that it doesn't overpower the traction control now. It doesn't overpower the traction control now, so now you can like breathe into it. You still have to. Yeah, you still have to breathe into it, but you can basically sit on the traction control on exit and kind of just manage the wheel spin with the lower ramp up. I saved it as E 1.0. I think they should try this setup. I don't want to pull more out of it because the fact that you're not overpowering the TC proves that you're leaving like lap time, right? Because you can't really ever get the car on the limit if you're not overpowering the TC, right? But it's definitely a lot safer to drive. Again, you still have to like breathe it in a little bit, but like if you get gently into the TC,
Clear on the left.
you can kind of just control the slide on exit. That bump is yeah, the bumps on that exit are still a little iffy.
You've got to slow down and give up that time. Clear on the left. Left side. My car on the left. Go right.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Driving a straight line. Holy shit.
the left. Looks clean.
I got a 1x for that. Ah! Too late to catch it. I didn't catch it soon enough. Too late to catch it. Yeah, I need to fix the suspension on that exit. I need to fix the suspension on that exit, but I need to be able to pull my telemetry. If I can't pull my telemetry, I can't fix it. And I can't use PyTools because PyTools is way too limited on the free version to really do any analysis. I might have to restart my computer or something to pull the telemetry, but...
Clear. Car right. Clear.
I don't necessarily like the -3 brake migration. I feel like the like I would prefer to get a little more rotation, but it's fine. But that's only because I had changed how I was driving this car. So basically, like, the longer you hold the pedal, the more, like, it'll slowly shift to whatever, like, every, like, point of migration is 0.5% forward or aft, depending on whether it's positive or negative. So when it's negative, it basically shifts your brake bias. If I remember correctly, negative shifts your brake bias forward the longer you hold the pedal. So it kind of causes the car to push and understeer. Or no, I think I got that backwards. Yeah, no, it pushes it. Jesus fucking Christ, what are these guys doing?
Clear. 6.776. Keep to the left. Clear.
No, I think negative pushes it rear, right? Which makes the car more stable on entry, but makes it understeer. No, I got it backwards. It's the opposite. Negative pushes it, makes your number smaller. So you go more rear, which makes the car understeer. That's what it was. I know negative makes a car understeer. I just couldn't remember how it affects the actual value. But negative basically makes the car understeer. So it makes it safer under braking as you trail brake. Positive basically pushes your brake forward so your rear gets more loose, so it's more wiggly. So it allows you to get a little bit more rotation because your rear gets more free. So it takes slip angle a little bit easier. And I used to drive with negative, and I had switched to running positive because I got used to just using my brake to get the rotation, just carrying more speed into entry. So if you carry extra speed into entry with positive, you can kind of carry that through the entire corner, and you'll be tight on entry, but it'll loosen up as you like trail brake through. So you can, but you have to like push extra speed into the corner to be fast with it, right? Negative is like a little bit safer, especially in less aero-dependent corners, if that makes any sense. Because you tend to understeer.
Clear on the left.
Sorry about that, Hans. You looked like you were giving me the inside, and then you kind of closed the door, so I had to get on the grass and couldn't slow down. Apologies about that. You like how I destroyed the aero platform?
We've got damage on the back end.
Oh, I got damage. That sucks. Probably when we got tapped. Probably minor though.
37.857.
Oh, come on. Every time. Yeah, that's the bump there. That's the bump there. Let me see if I can... I really need to get telemetry out of this goddamn car. For 6. Right there, right? Yeah, there's that bump on the inside that... But here, let me show you what that looks like. Let's go TV1. I just hate how loud this is. Let's go TV1. Back this up here a little bit. It is. Right there. Right? You saw that bump? That's the bump that you almost don't feel, right? So watch the little hiccup there on the inside. Right there. Right there. That little bump right there. That bump right there will unsettle the car. And so you kind of gotta like just let the car settle before you start to put turn in there and kind of let it drift wide. If you try and stay tight, you lose the car. And that's what I want to fix with shocks. But if I can't put my telemetry, you know, I can't deal with it, because basically what's happening is the car is too stiff and it's not compliant through that. Back that up and let's look at that in frame by frame. It's almost bottoming out there, right? Like if you look at it right there, that almost looks like the aero platform is bottoming out, but the shock should be able to handle it, right? And then once that happens, the car's kind of seesawing and tickling around, and it's very easy to lose it here. That's why a lot of people lose it there, is because of that little bump. And nobody knows that bump. Most people don't know that bump is there. Whether it bottomed out, yeah, I mean, I guess. But you see how the car is bouncing there? Right there. Let's look at it. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell, but what I would like to do is, so that's the bump that everyone's talking about, and it's super slight, right? It's like super slight. That's the worst part about it. Oh, look, it finally uploaded some telemetry. Nice. Okay. Let's back out of here. Back out of here. Let me see if I can look at let me see if I can open this telemetry now, because the telemetry wasn't loading before. Yeah, see, it's not showing any log files. Okay, there we go. It's exporting now. Let's see if I can find it now, because... Here we go. Okay. This is better. This is at... Time's off, but whatever. We did 12 laps here, so... Open this, what it looks like. So this actually looks decent. So let's look at, that's lap 13. What we want to do is want to select all the laps. Lap 19, and we don't want the first 2 laps because the tires are still warming up. Right? That's in this stint, right? Our fastest one 135.9. Okay. These curves actually look decent. They do look a little they look a little rebound dominant. Not a lot, but they look a little high speed rebound dominant. But they don't look terrible. What I'd like to do though, what I want to see though, is this. Let's look at lap like 18. And I wish I could see like lap 18. I actually want to see like the turn. Oh, this is what I was looking for. I actually want turn 6. I want turn 6, and now I want to look at suspension. And see, there it is. Right? In turn 6, when we hit that bump, just right? When we hit that bump, right, here is the different laps, right? This is when we don't hit that bump, it's more balanced, right? It's still not perfect, but it's more balanced, right? All these look fairly balanced into turn 6, right? Right, that all looks balanced, right? The turn where we lost it, it starts to get really funky, right? If we look at the full histogram though, which we look at the full histogram, the suspension actually looks good. It does look though just a hair rebound dominant, right? It's allowing a little bit more high-speed rebound. It's allowing a little bit more high-speed rebound than compression. But the no. So okay, so the ARB the ARB acts like a spring, but it acts on a spring left to right. So the The short answer is yes, the ARB would help a little bit, but it affects your platform everywhere else. Right? The ARB when you adjust the ARB, it kind of affects your roll. And we're not really trying to change the aero platform. We're happy with how the aero platform is behaving. We're trying to have it not, like if you see in that replay, it bounces off that bump and then it kind of keeps, it does like an oscillation, right? So we're not dampening that bump well. It's like we're under dampening. And so it's like we hit it and then we kind of like bounce a little bit. And ideally we hit it and then we settle. Right? We don't want to be bouncing back and forth because that bouncing is what the car never settles, so you don't have a feel for what the car is really doing. And softening the ARBs is going to affect your front to rear balance too with doing that, and it's going to affect all your entries and your exits because it's going to because the ARB is basically a torsion spring, and so what it does is when the car turns either left or right, and the car wants to have body roll, right? As the car wants to have body roll, it's basically a progressive like spring because as a car wants to have body roll, that ARB twists, and how stiff it is how resistant it is to that twisting, right? And so the idea of that is is depending on how hard or how soft it is how much it lets the car roll in before it then starts to lock out and level out the car again, right? So and that's why it can affect turn. That's why the front and the rear affect turn in and an exit, because the way that roll is induced is different, right? The car always rolls right to left or left to right depending on which way you're turning, right? But under braking, your weight is forward, the roll is more towards the front corner, right? Under acceleration, your weight shifts back, and under acceleration, you're actually counteracting the roll with the combination of the ARB and how the diff locks, and kind of as that weight kind of shifts back, you know. So and what ends up happening is how you manage that rearward shift and that rearward roll affects your slip angle and how quickly you pull the slip angle out of the car as you exit a corner. And that's why you have that opposite effect from forward ARB versus rear ARB, is because the weight is shifting and what the car's platform is doing is opposite. When you're under acceleration, like let's say I'm turning into a right-hander, right? When I'm under acceleration, the car is doing this and rolling in, right? As much as a grip will allow me to roll in, right? And then as I accelerate, this all the weight is getting pushed outside, but it's also getting pushed back, right? And so you go from allowing weight into the front left to then controlling how quickly the rear right loads. Is really what you're doing, and also how quickly you go from loading the rear right to starting to load the rear left. Turn 6 is notoriously a spring thing. Typically, you can drive around it and the platform will be faster because everything I would do to the springs to fix that would kind of compromise. Whatever I do to the spring to fix that would compromise the overall stiffness of the aero platform. So the best way to handle it is to drive around it, but if people don't feel safe, then the alternative is to adjust the springs, and really the springs should handle that. But again, every spring change you do, you're kind of inadvertently affecting the aero platform. The other thing I want to look at here overall is I want to look at ride heights. So this is my 0 ride height, right? That's the other thing I want to do. Let's go to the one-stop shop. Let's go to turn 6. Let's zoom in on one lap. I want to go turn 6, right? And if I go turn 6 now, and I come back over here and I go to ride height, it'll be in rake, because I do have pitch and rake histograms, but actually, oh, let me see. I don't care about that. I'm gonna Let's go back. Let's go back here. I think suspension has a ride height too. Yeah, ride height. Here we go. So here's the ride height of the car. So front left, front right, the splitter average ride height. That's the center. The center of the front splitter ride height, which is always a little bit higher. I want to undo that. Oh. There we go. It should be turn 6. Okay. Let's go back to our suspension. Our ride heights. Here's our rear left, rear right. Where we messed it up. Lap 20. Lap 20, we messed it up there at the very end, and you can tell because of my throttle curve, right? You can tell because of what my throttle curve did. But if we look at here, right there it is, right there. You see that bump right there? That oscillation? That oscillation right there is us hitting the bump, right? Like, if we look at previous laps, that's a little bit flatter, right? Still there, but it's a little bit flatter. And it doesn't quite spike as much, right? Like, this is a bigger spike. And we pretty much bottom out the car because anything 0.5 or higher, you've pretty much bottomed out the car. It really depends on where the sensor's mounted, and I forget on this car. But for most cars, like 0.5, you're actually hitting the ground. And our minimum is below 0.5 right there, right? There's our minimum right there. We definitely bottomed out. Remember I was saying I think we bottomed out. We definitely bottomed out because we're below 0.5, and typically 0.5 based on the sensor. Because the sensor isn't flush with the ground, with like the bottom of the car, right? The sensors are like a little bit up. And so when we hit that bump, we start porpoising, right? Here's the porpoising, right? And that kind of unsettles us, and it does bad things. Then the other thing I want to... Here's the other thing you want to look at, right? Like, if you look here, look at the difference in the rear oscillation and the porpoise, and the amount of porpoising on one that we didn't make it through there versus one where we made it through there, right? Here we hit the same bump. Here we hit the same bump, but you don't see the same porpoising and oscillation, right? The car didn't get as unsettled. Right? The car didn't get as unsettled. Right? See, no real bump there, no real bump there. A little bit, but not really, right? Not terrible, right? Yeah, see, none of these laps, we didn't bottom out here in any of these laps, but this lap we bottomed out earlier because I think we went over the curving. Same thing here, a lot of it is over here. Here we didn't bottom out, here we didn't bottom out. These are fairly clean laps, right? So, but yeah, there we definitely bottomed out, right? Like, it's clear to see, right? Let me see. Oh. Right. It's not terrible, but it's not great. That sample size is kind of too small, but... See, right? See, in all these histograms, other than that one, you don't see a peak, right? You see how you don't see a peak in these histograms? They're too small to really say that the shocks are tuned correctly. But here we've got that big peak, and that big peak is that we bottomed out, and that's what's causing that. Honestly, I don't know that I want to change anything. I don't know that I want to change anything to deal with that.
The one thing I might want to do is I definitely might be tempted. I might be tempted forget the 2 outlaps. I might be tempted to look at these histograms and see, here we look right, like here our low speed is pretty close on our fronts are almost perfect. Our rears are still a little bump biased, so we may want to do half a click of more bump dampening. You may want to do a half a click of more bump dampening. Let me do a snip here real quick. Throw this in chat. See what chat tells me. I personally, I think I would do with these dampeners. I would probably you either reduce the rebound. You either do 1 click on the rebound, 1 click on the compression. You don't touch the right front. You're gonna touch the rears. Both have the same problem with the right side with the bump. And then the front left is actually backwards. It's rebound biased. But for the rears, because the high speed is so close, it's within less than half, like 0.4. I wouldn't touch the high speed. I would just touch the low speed, and that should have a slight effect on the high speed, anyways. For the fronts, I might touch the high speed. For the front, I might touch the high speed. If I was like really trying to maximize everything out of this. I don't know that I want to though, but let me go to a chat real quick. And let me just toss this in here. I'm just gonna check what it recommends, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna tell me like 1 click. Yeah. Yep. The rear, it's recommending a low speed rebound of -1 click. And the front, it's recommending a -1 click on the left side of the compression. Which is what I was going to do anyways, right? It was either add or subtract, and it's saying subtract, so we're going to do... That's what we're going to do, so... That's what we're gonna do. Which is what I thought, right? Like I just wanted to throw it in chat to see what chat would tell me, but that's what I thought, right? Because they're slightly off. It wants to see, and the reason it's telling me not to touch the high speed yet is because it wants to see what that low speed is going to do to the high speed and how that translates. So we're gonna do the changes it recommended. For the front, it wants to go 1 less compression.
All right, let's run some laps here. Let's run some laps and then we'll get a new histogram and then we'll see. I want to do at least 10 laps. This is why I wish there was someone else here, because if there was someone else here, I can get like more data. I can have more than one person running laps and then they can send me the telemetry and I can analyze it. But in general, the car feels good, honestly. The car feels good. We got 27 minutes left. That's enough to do a half a stint. We'll do that. Come on. Be gentle. The tires are cold. You know better, Jill. You know better, Jill. Come on. I know so much better than that, like... Draft or no draft? gave us so much time there. I tried to do a late entry into the bus stop instead of my early entry, and it didn't work out. I gave up probably like 4/10 there on exit, the bus stop. Oh, touch the grass. Touch the grass. We saved it though. We touched the grass. Woo! Don't want to do that again. Tire's overheated now. We touched the grass. We could probably bleed a little arrow off it. I gotta see what the arrow platform's at, but... already pretty close to minimum ride height, so that makes it hard with full fuel.
35.9.
I was almost 7/10 off, and now I'm only like 1 or 2/10 off. So, yeah, we're definitely in the 115 and a half, like 115.5s, easy. With a clean lap.
36.157.
Yep. I was trying to push too hard there. It's fine.
They need to cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give
Like
up
I was
the
trying to, I was running that like I was running like a quali and really trying to push it. And I got loose here. That heated up the tires. Like, it's fine. But it's definitely in the 115.5s easily. It could be faster. It's faster in the other setup. The car feels a little tight as the laps progress. It feels a little tight as the laps progress. I may just bump the setup, but let's see what the data looks like now. Let's see if we have extra data here. We do have extra data, perfect. Oh, we don't. Damn it. on. Okay, there you go. We should have more data now, hopefully. We'll find out in a second. We do have more data. There we go. That's okay, cool. Now if we first 2 laps. Lap 28. Had 1 spin in there, but that's now if we look at this, these are within 0.2. This is not quite as good. Do another. I'm just interested to see what it does. I may I think I'm gonna try. I'm putting it in the driver 61 point. So here's what. So the shocks look actually. The shocks. I wouldn't change anything on where the shocks are right now. They look fairly good. Chad is basically saying they wouldn't change anything. What I don't like is it's a little tight on entry. It's a little tight on entry, and it's a little loose on exit, right? It's a little tight on entry. It's a little tight on entry. It's a little loose on exit. I may soften the rear bar. I may soften the rear bar, and I may shift the default brake bias. I think I'm gonna soften the rear bar. I think I'm gonna soften the rear bar because the car is a little too loose on exit right now. And so I think I'm gonna do two changes here. Actually, no. We're gonna touch the preload. I think we're gonna touch. Here's what I want to do. I want to touch the. I think we're gonna adjust the coast. Okay, because It's pushing late. It's pushing during trail breaking late corner. The entry bite feels good, but the like as I'm waiting, as I'm trying to like put in a, as I like as the car settles and I'm trying to put more, it feels like I just can't really turn in. So I think I'm gonna increase the coast ramp. I think I'm gonna increase this like 5 or 10%. So that it gets a little looser under deceleration. I think we're gonna do that, and I think the other thing we're gonna do is um um I think I'm gonna do 2 clicks on I think we reduced the preload by 2 clicks. Yeah, I think we're gonna go to 50 on the ramp. I think we're gonna reduce preload a little bit. 48, because that should help. If we drop it to 48, that should help with the on throttle. That should help with the on throttle. Um, that should help with the on throttle oversteer. Save this. I save this. .2. I need to find another session. We need to drive like 5 or 6 more laps. See if we can find a if we can find a practice session. I know that there's only one practice session. Ah, Okay, let's run some laps here and let's see if she feels better. Alright, let's see how this feels. Let's see how this feels, chat. This should be better now, chat. Let's see how this feels. We want to get four clean laps just so we can confirm, but I think the changes should fix it.
To get our fuel numbers.
Yeah, it already feels more alive on turn-in.
Slow car on the left. Car stop on the left. Car stop on the right. Car stop on the right. Go left. Go right. Left side. Go left. Clear. You got it. Slow car on the right. Go left. Right side. Clear on the right. Left side. Clear. Car 12, just at the fastest lap. 36.152. 36.915. New fastest lap for you. We've got our fuel unit number. Car 204, just at the fastest lap. 35.298. Go right. Car 45, just at the fastest lap. 35.1, 36.417. That was your fastest lap of the session. Clear. Car 204, just at the fastest lap. 34.796. Left side. Clear on the left.
Yeah, the changes we made were perfect. The diff changes we made were perfect. I was worried. I was thinking I might have had to go softer on the rear ARB, but
Left side. Clear. Car right. Clear on the right. You cut the corner. You've got to slow down and give up that time. Car 204, just at the fastest lap. 34.451. You got a toy car on the right. Car stop left. Car 204. Just hit the fastest lap. 34.428. Car stop on the right. Car on your left. Clear on the left. Slow car ahead.
Yeah, the changes were perfect, chat. The changes were perfect. Feels great.
36.332. Just take the fastest lap of the session. Right side. Still there. Hold your line. Clear. Car right. Still there. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
I was driving like an asshole.
We got damage on the front end. Left side. Still there, hold your line. Clear. You got a toy car on the left. Car on your left.
feels good, chat. She feels good.
37.146. Just off ahead. You got a slow car on the left. You got a slow car on the right. Go left. Car 45, just at the fastest lap. 33.801.
Oh, you're scraping.
36.39. Right side, clear. Car on your left. Clear on the left. Car on your left. Clear. Car right. Keep to the left. Still there. Still on. Clear on the right. Left side. Clear on the left. Left side. Clear. You've got wheel damage. Looks like one of your wheels is out of alignment. You'll have leg grip out there. We've got damage on the back end. That aero damage is probably slowing you a lot. Right side. Clear. Pit box 2, 1, right here. All the damage is repairable. done. All clear. Punch it.
Um. All right, chat. I think I'm done with setup work for now. I think I'm done with setup work for now. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take care of some housekeeping stuff. Just don't have the energy to do any more setups. I do want to see if my Garage 61 is seeing the setup. R61 quick. There. I want to rejoin real quick because I'm. Is there? Okay. All right. I've got to buy. I got to take care of some stuff on. I'm gonna do some racing, but I think the setups are. I think for now I'm done. I think we need to do some long-term checks. Let me just tell my chat. Okay, team. Here. Tweaked. Erase. I think. Yeah, they're in the shared driver garage 61. I already confirmed that. I think I want to run. I think I want to run a race with this setup. I think I want to run a race with, like an IMSA race with this. And the next race is in 45. This is at 9:45. It's 9. IndyCar Oval, and fixed. NXT Oval fix, and Road fix. Okay, so this is a mixed series. So the IndyCar series is mixed. Okay. About NXT. The NXT is split. I can run the NXT, but the NXT is split. But for the NXT is we need to buy the Dallara. I want to buy this car. Be right back. I think I want to buy this car. Got 10 iRacing credits. Basically, free. I'm gonna buy this car with the iRacing credit. Free. What did I just buy? What did I just buy? Something. Not the Dallara. Not by the door. Why? I always. That what happened? It close iRacing. Learn about the car. Crazy? Maybe I didn't buy the car. Maybe I bought the track. Go to the members. No. Oh, I bought the Legends Ford Thunderbird. Whoopsie. That is not what I intended to do. That's fine. I wanted it for the Oval. I wanted it for the Oval Series anyway. The fact that we own it is fine. It's not a huge deal, but I thought I was buying. I thought I was buying the car. I thought I was buying the car. It's not gonna buy it. I'm just about the car. Okay. Done with running that. I want to run. Something. The oval was at 9:30, so let's run the oval real. feels good. Okay. Keep on. Pass. Should pass. PRS. We'll push the pass over here though. Actually, that one's actually. Those are math. only entry in. That's okay. That'll give us time to set up. Here. Here, huh? Oh, the other thing I want to do is right now. Auto. I don't want. Good. Let's up it. All right. Change our. Okay. Cool. Got that up. We got that set up. Okay, here, let's hit it. Okay,
You
perfect.
don't get any extra tire checks for this race, so let's be smart out there. Everyone's gridded. You are out of time. Line up on the inside. Pit road is closed. Catch the pace car.
Is my thing not working?
Catch the pace car.
There we go.
One lap to green. ready, going green. The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Chat, it has so much grip. It's got so much grip.
26.458.
Oh, this is insane. It's got so much grip. Oh, there's a 6th gear, chat? The front just bites, chat. It's insane how the front just bites. Like, it just bites. Anyways, it's unofficial, so it doesn't matter.
I'm afraid it's over.
Settings. Back. Yep. All right. With this, it's so sad that nobody's playing though. About this car, nobody's here. But this car, that car seems like a lot of fun. We're gonna be running that. Sure, chat. Unofficial. I think everyone's just doing everyone's just doing their literally nobody on. I think everyone's doing I'm not even eligible. Please register for. I don't know what a good time is there. It's unofficial. It doesn't matter. Now what we want to do almost 10:45. It's too late to run. Like, I want to run the series, but it's too late to run. And that's a full fuel load setup. $11.45. That's a 5. 1, 3. Prototype challenge is at 10, but it's fixed. Yeah, it is fixed. Let's run this. Just to get some. It'll be good for. If it goes official, we'll run it. It'll get us some. But yeah, Chad, it feels really good. The setup feels really good. So. Actually, honestly, Chad, I think I'm cooked. We've been streaming for 3 hours. I think I am done. We did a lot of setup work. That was a goal for tonight, to do some setup work. We'll be back on probably tomorrow. Some other stuff once people give me some feedback on where they're at. Thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. We're doing the 24th this Saturday. So actually, let's see how many. Let's see how many people are registered. Start with that. We're here. It's 10 o'clock. We might as well do one race. 20-minute race. We'll be done by 10:30. Just do one race for funsies. I think we do one race for fun. That's what we're gonna do. One race for fun. Can we change there? Steering. Change brake migration. Brake bias and brake migration. Huh. All right, let's.
Wheel damage. Looks like one of your wheels is out of alignment. You'll have less grip out there.
I don't talk about it. Oh, right, because our migration is broken. Huh? Those adjusted for something else. That's why. That was like...
Car 77, just at the Parkman lap. 34.922.
I might pull some brake bias back to like 50.5. We'll see what entry into 1 feels like.
Clear on the left. Car 77, just at the Parkman lap. 34.686.
Yeah, we're locking up the fronts. Locking up the fronts. We're gonna push that way back. See how that goes. We're gonna push it way back and see if we stop locking up the front. I just can't be as aggressive as I want to be with the brakes. I was way more aggressive with the other setup than this, so. Yeah, there we go. I could be way more aggressive with the brakes now, even on cold tires.
Damage on the back end. Car 77. Car looks fine. No damage to report.
for the follow, don't boo me.
Thank you
Chloe
so much
just
for the
got a
follow.
virtual treat.
How are you? We're kind of just running a funsy race now. We're kind of done with our setup work for the day. I'm waiting for my team to run the setups that we worked on. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, you know, doing okay. I'm just hoping this goes official because I wanna be able to get some race time in. I haven't got any race time in the prototype, so. But yeah, we spent about 3 hours working on setup earlier, and
35.35.
now I just need my team to run long stints and see how they feel about it and tweak from there. Like, I like where it's at, but my team may not like it, so. That's kind of what we got to do now, because we got some people who weren't as comfy with the other setup we were running, and I thought it felt fine. So you definitely had to drive around it. Like, you had to be cognizant of, like, it's most GTPs you have to like kind of roll on the throttle, and so the setup that they were starting off from baseline definitely was not the safest. So what we did is we did some tweaks to the diff. We did some minor changes to the shocks, so the shocks were slightly off. Then we did some tweaks to the diff to make it more stable, but then it lost rotation. The first thing we adjusted was the on-ramp, but it lost rotation. So then we made an adjustment to the coast, and that fixed the rotation, but then we took off a little bit of preload because our exit was still unstable. And then I ran that for about 5 or 10 laps, and she felt good, but she was getting a little bit loose as the run went on, and I feel like you could abuse the tires, so I softened up the rear bar. But I didn't run that setup at all, so I don't know. Theoretically, the change I made should be perfect for, like, make it a bit more stable on exit with squatting, and a little bit easier on the tires. But I really need to run a long stint to really see how she transitions. So I gave them the option. Hi, Chloe. Have you met the stream mascot? This is Chloe. She's our stream mascot. I don't know if you can see her. Come on, up, 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 up. Come on, up, up, up. Come on. I'll introduce you in a second. Let me just bank the slap here real quick. Yeah, we're picking up speed as we lose fuel. We might pick up a draft partner here. We definitely have the pace to be in the low 34s with the amount of fuel we have. We lost so much pace there. We had about we were up like 3/10 and we just lost probably like all of it.
Alright. Still there. Still there. Clear. You got that corner?
He just turned into us.
Down penalty.
Chloe, come here. Yeah, he just turned into us. Let me introduce you to the pups. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. It doesn't look like the race is going official. We only have 3 people registered, so we're probably gonna call it a night here. I'm a little tired, but let me introduce you to the pups before we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boop. Ah. This is Chloe. Here's our stream mascot. She's a beagle. I rescued her mother, and we had one litter, and she is 13. So she's getting a little old. If you look at her face is all white. That all used to be brown. She just love all the attention. I know. No, I'm sorry. Give you love. Welcome, pups. We love you. But yeah, we did a bunch of setup work for our team. We're running a 5-person team this year for IMSA, so that's kind of what we're doing. And I'll try not to bill you. I will try not to bill you. Boop, boop, boop. You love your mama? Love your mama? Let's take a look at this. We're registered. Oh, I don't think enough people are registered for it to go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. For it to go official. How many people are in the practice section? How many people are in the race? That's what I don't know. Let's see if we don't need telemetry. We're done looking at it. App. Hi. Fine. Still loaded, it's fine, it's not the end of the world. Add official. Again, we are in the fix. Oh, I can't even see it. What time is it? Is it 10? Did I sign up for the practice and not the race? Race session, 3 drivers. Confused. I am so very confused right now, chat. I don't know what's going on. I thought it was a 10 a.m. Is it a 10:15 race? Is that what it is? Is it a 10:15? I thought it was. Oh no, it's a prototype. Oh, we're doing the prototypes. Wait, did the race start and did I just crash out by being a dummy? Or did I register? What am I register? Am I in the race? Oh my god. Oh, that's just practice. I'm so confused. This is practice, right? Am I crazy? No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, this is just practice, right? Doesn't make sense. Like, but I thought this was a race session. I'm so confused right now, chat. So confused right now. I am very. I thought I was in the race session. I didn't withdraw, so I should still be logged in. No, I'm not. Okay, yeah, I'm not. I'm not logged in. I thought I had registered for the prototype challenge, but I guess not. I guess not. I guess I didn't register. I thought I had registered for it and I didn't. Okay. Well, it is now 10:15. Do we run the IMSA? I don't necessarily want to run the IMSA. I don't have a setup for it. I only have a setup for like the endurance setup, so I think I'm gonna call it, chat, because I'm a little tired. I was up super early. I was up at like 6 a.m. because I had physical therapy today, so I think I'm gonna call it for the night. We'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably be doing we're either gonna go back to Helldivers, not Helldivers, to Arc Raiders tomorrow, for viewer night, for viewer game night, or we're gonna come back to, or we're gonna do some more setup work depending on what my team tells me how they feel about the setup. But I think we're in a good spot. I think we're done for tonight. I think, like I said, we'll be back. Thank you so much for the follow. We usually do we usually do iRacing. So Sundays we usually do oval racing. Although this year I think I might do the NXT series because I want to get my B license in open wheel. I think we're gonna do the Indy NXT. We just picked up the car on Sundays. I am having surgery at the end of April, so that's gonna make things a little difficult. But so we'll be gone for like 2 or 3 months, and then I don't know how long it'll be before I can get back on the sim. But our typical schedule is Saturdays we do airplane builds. Thursdays are viewer request night. Wednesdays are a whole host of just random races typically. Typically we pick 2 series, usually some kind of like a GT car and some open wheel. Sunday afternoons we used to do the NASCAR ovals, but we have been doing but I think we're gonna do the NXT this year. And the rest of the time it's kind of just bonus content. Monday and Tuesdays I usually take off to do like stream management stuff, and Fridays I like to get myself to go out. So that's a typical schedule. We do kind of bonus things after whenever there's not a race on Sunday, so we'll do like different games. Right now we've been doing a lot of Arc Raiders, but it kind of bounces around. And yeah, Saturday we build a whole ass airplane. Like we're building a whole airplane in our garage. So that's what we typically do on Saturdays. This Saturday we won't be doing that because I have a friend in town, and on top of having a friend in town, we're gonna be doing the 24 hours. So that's kind of I'm gonna be doing some overnight sessions, so that's gonna take a lot out of me. So, but that's what we'll be doing this weekend, which is probably why I'm gonna take Friday off too, just so I can relax a little Friday. Anyways, chat, thank you for watching. Have a great night. Thank you for the follows, and I will see you all tomorrow for viewer night. Have a good night.